Suicide planes hit us Thanksgiving Day of '44. That's when we took the suicide planes, the Leyte Gulf, Philippines.
During the battle for Leyte Island, Japanese pilots introduced a new kind of aerial attack. Suicide pilots, or kamikazes, crashed their planes into U.S. ships.
We had 2 second division boys that was blown off, sitting on the bucket there, just on the deck there, pretty close to where the plane hit. When it exploded, they made an effort to jump, but the explosion hit them off. They was in the water 2 hours before they were picked up.
During that operation, when the air attack and the planes, they broke off in formation and they came in different directions.
And then the firing would start. And you'd look up at the overhead. I remember the guys looking at the overhead like this because you'd be listening to the firing, you know. And the 5-inch would be firing. They're good for like 7 miles away. They start firing about 7. And the 40s would break in about 4,000 yards. And the 20s come in at 2,000 yards.
Oh boy, where they come in, don't want to do too close.
There's something coming down close at you. About that time, they'd take a full roll over the ship at flank speed, and the ship turns over like a speedboat like this. And you're hanging on like everything. The guys are cussing and
Captain was steering the ship. The captain ordered the ship zigzag, and every time that the plane was coming, they turned the ship to that way. The gunner's mates would shoot the plane down. The plane would come down, and then it explode. And the first 4 airplanes that were shot down, they came down and exploded right next to the ship. It was amazing how the ship changed course, which would save the ship. And finally, the plane that hit us had gone over our fantail, over the back end of the ship, or the stern of the ship, I should say. And then it came in and was on fire, and it was upside down, and it hit the ship and exploded.
It just come over like this right here. Come down.
When was you knocked out?
Oh, that's when I was on the deck, suicide. 3-inch made a salvo, and I was walking underneath the guns. I didn't know it was going to go. Knocked me out colder than... Yeah.
Hey, you know, they got a picture back home of the St. Louis when the suicide hit us, and the caption was that she was sunk.
But I was sure it was his ship, so I was sure it would, you know, I lost it.
We were attacked by several planes and were near misses and knocked the planes were down, but they came along pretty close to the ship and it knocked the armor plate off, and of course the armor plate broke off and a bunch of holes. And water come in, the ship took a list. They had to transfer oil real quick in order to get the ship on even keel.
I was on the 3rd deck when when the suicides hit the side, and we could hear water coming. We had to keep it, and I swear to hell, we crawled up the wall because the water started coming in this one room. You know, I swear I hear the water, but I didn't see it. No, we had the water, and we thought it was going to fill up the compartment.
I was on the port side when that one came down and knocked about 20 feet of the armor belt off. I can remember I got off my damn seat. There was a trainer on that mount. I got off the seat, got behind the shield. The water come over. I got up and dusted the water off the seat, crawled back up on the seat again.
The first initial 4 or 5 planes, then that's the last plane. That's the one that hit us on the fantail and caused us to have shipmates get killed, and had the big hole in the hangar deck, and propeller nut went through the 5-inch mount and killed 2 guys inside the 5-inch mount.
That plane hit the hangar deck, hit our supply room. We knocked out our food supply. We had to eat mush for about a week.
That's right. When the plane hit the fantail and exploded, the propeller nut went missiles straight into the 5-inch turret.
On the starboard side.
And got 2 guys who hit him in the head. Cut right through. Killed 2 guys inside the 5-inch mount.
He strapped on right through the 5-inch and got him right here.
Oh!
You know, I just don't recall an incident, but Bowman, I remember that name.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the way it was on turret 4 when he hit that Kamikaze, come into the hangar deck, you know, and it blew up. And there was 5 of us going around the side of the turret. They said, let's head for the hangar deck. And I said, good God, not there. If we go there, we're going to get killed. Let's dive under the turret. We're under the turret, and we come out, and there was holes in the turret. But you couldn't believe the shrapnel. It went through that 6-inch armor plate. It scared the hell out of me. We was only 17 years old then.
When that Kamikaze went down was November the 27th, on the 27th air attack.
Yeah.
We had 33 air attacks.
And I could see them suckers coming out of the sky. And well, young, dumb kid, you know, thought, boy, this is fun. And all of a sudden,
I had to see him
all hell broke loose.
2 suicide planes did it. One hit us back aft, the other one come off and hit us on the port side, blew a hole in the side of the ship, and blew up. I had these little portholes open while watching. That's when I got hit. I was hit in the face, hit in the chest. Not bad, but we went down to sick bay, come back out, got back on the job. We was there all the time.
On the bomb hit, we lost one of our men from the M Division. Howell, he got killed. He got killed on the back as he was leaving the chief's quarters on the bomb hit.
John M. Powell.
He was standing at where the 6-inch turret mount went down in the chief's quarters talking to 2 men. There's one on either side of it. And neither one got a scratch, and he was killed.
That was the first time the Kamikazes had struck the USS. They had just started. They just strap them in there as one of them one-way tickets.
At airfields on Kyushu, southernmost island of Japan proper, more and more hastily trained pilots were inducted into kamikaze service. No honor was considered greater than the privilege of making a suicide dive against an American ship.
There's no higher honor you could do than to give your life for the emperor, and you would go straight to heaven. Straight to heaven.
3 days later, they found that pilot, that Kamikaze hit on the fantail and ended up in the supply room. They found him down there in our supply room, roof. He was like a ball of emperor. I know one of the guys got this suicide scarf he had around him, souvenir, and took his pistol, belt, and that was there. He ended up in a canvas bag. He was buried.
We had a Catholic chaplain who was the senior chaplain on the ship, and he, you know, in the funerals or services, burial services, you follow the Catholic, the Protestant, the Jewish, or whatever, and then they got one where you don't know what religion the person was in the back of the book. And so when they slid him, he was the last one buried. He was buried off there, and an old chaplain kindly took his head sort of half under his breath, but half not. He said, and that's the end of one more Jap.
He didn't say about half of the command, that's enough. And we throwed it. I didn't want to do it anyway. It was bad each time.